What's up, guys? It's Wolverine, Death Machine, Mr. GMSI himself, Brian Cage, and you're watching True Hill Heat. Who better? Nobody.
Oye, te habla tío Sabio Vega. This is Sabio Vega and you watching True Heel Hit a mi manera o pa' la calle.
What's up, True Hill Heat? True Hill Heat.
What's up? True Heel Hit.
Hello, everyone. It's the hardcore legend Mick Foley wishing a nice day to everyone there, right there at True Heel Heat. Yeah.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for Rated Raw Review number 7, More CM Punk Than You. We are here to discuss the January 22nd, 2024 edition of WWE Raw, as only we can, but we got big news to discuss as well, because WWE Raw is going from the USA Network to Netflix. Yes, indeed. And I am joined by my esteemed colleague. You know him. He's the face and the ace of the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, Mr. Romeo Anthony Cologne.
I'm confused. I thought the big news was that Terry Rozier got traded to the Heat. That's not what we're talking about.
We're not talking about that. We're not talking about Kevin Patrick being off the SmackDown commentary team. That was gonna be the big news before.
What?
Like, I think at like 6 a.m. That was like the big news of the day.
I thought we were going to talk about Okada and NXT.
Well, that news came out at like, what was it? This was way after. This had to be maybe like 11-ish. No, like 10:30-ish, and then it was nuked by like 11:15.
Oh, people wilding out there. You know, throw that little nugget out there that's not even true on a day of news like this. How are you gonna throw that in there?
Because they knew they was gonna get attention for it. You put out any news involving WWE today, an assumption. It was like, this is too similar to when AJ and Nakamura left. So let me talk to somebody, and they said the same thing as them. Couldn't cross. They literally said it in the report. Couldn't cross reference. I feel bad. Because I like their work. I like their interviews, especially. They do great interviews, but.
And then we got The Rock on ESPN First Take dropping little nuggets that you could take an assumption from.
Hey, I think I am a professional. I think I'm a professional. There's two things I'm really good at that I've over the years of doing this, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm really good at guessing Dave Meltzer's star ratings and reading WWE tea leaves. So I think the tea leaves is telling me that Rock and Roman is not happening at WrestleMania 40. I know, rejoice, all Cody fans. He's gonna. The Rock, what a guy! The Rock is he's allowing Cody to finish his story.
Let me tell you something, bro. You cannot promote a video game with the tagline "Finish the story," and then the guy doesn't finish the story at WrestleMania.
A month after the video game comes out,
and it comes around the same time. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Put everything together, folks. We're starting to piece the pieces of the puzzle.
Well, we give you an outline of everything we're going to talk about here on this show. So
and Raw,
yes, and Raw. And drop the thumbs up on this video. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms where you can get in a couple of new subscribers here. I think we're about, maybe like 40 subscribers away from 12,000 subscribers. So another milestone for us we're very close to. So anyone who hasn't jumped on board, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. We're live 5 to 6 days a week here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, including every Tuesday with Rated Raw Review. But it just so happens you're going to get like Rated Raw Review meets 3 Count with SP3 meets Romeo Report. Like if this stuff would have dropped on different days, that's how we would have probably done it. Because it would have probably came out at like one of these news would have came out after 3 p.m., which is Romeo's time that he usually can jump on one of our channels.
Yeah, so I'm glad it did when it did. We could just knock it all out at once.
Knock it all out at once.
My style right there.
And then I don't have to spend an hour on it during True Hill Heat on Saturday, which will knock it off and make it just a standard 3 hours.
Who knows what? It's only Tuesday. Who knows what else news you got come during the week?
That's the downside. We're gonna start all this news off, and of course, the most important thing: sound off in the live chat. I see you guys are already busy. I don't even have the tab open. I see it's like 30 something comments already. So sound off in the live chat. We'll try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. But you know the deal. We are a self-funded channel here, so if you want to show your support to what we do here and make sure we read your comment on screen, you can send a super chat donation. That is also important to what we do here. All of us are doing our own thing, but we come back, we talk about professional wrestling with all of you. So we love that support, and we love to see all you guys, thoughts, your questions, and we love to talk about it on screen. So send those super chat donations through. We already got one in the chamber for us here by, of course, Will Chisholm with a simple. So what do you guys want to talk about? And we will start things off with, since we're on Rated Raw Review coming up in 2025, if we are still doing this due to your support, it's going to be us talking about a show on Netflix. When they talk about Goldberg returning to Monday Night Raw, they don't mean Bill Goldberg. No. They mean Joe Goldberg from You, the Stalker. There's another Stalker. And The Undertaker's wife, Michelle McCool, is being stalked by Joe Goldberg. It's happening on Netflix. It was announced earlier today by WWE. WWE Raw will be moving to Netflix. The long rumored negotiations for the media rights of Monday Night Raw. They were the last domino to drop for Monday Night Raw after the announcement that WWE NXT would be moving over to the CW network starting in October of 2024. You got the USA network is still going to have professional wrestling as SmackDown's moving from Fox to the USA in October of 2024. But the big one was Monday Night Raw. There was rumors earlier this year that they were having talks with Warner Brothers Discovery, but now we know it is moving over to Netflix in a massive deal. $5 billion across 10 years, which is about anywhere between, I've seen varying reports of $400 to $500 million per year of this deal. There are negotiations and different things like circumstances and terms to it outside of the US. Netflix is going to be available in the UK. It's going to be available in Canada, and in all outside of the US. That basically the WWE network is moving over to the to Netflix. They're going to have all the archives of previous premium live events, as well as WWE Raw, NXT, and SmackDown episodes will be available on Netflix outside of the US. What a deal. And like, I've made arguments before, Romeo, that I think the greatest acquisition in recent WWE history was Gunta because of what he's provided for us on screen. But really, the greatest WWE acquisition of the past decade is Nick Khan, because this man is the ultimate bag getter. He's getting $1 billion here, $1 billion there, and this whole new strategy to the media rights is very fascinating from where we were just like less than a decade ago, 2015, when you had Raw and SmackDown both on USA Network. I think you had NXT was on Sci-Fi or ECW, whatever it was, or NXT. I think NXT wasn't. Yeah, NXT was available on WWE Network back in 2015, but Raw and SmackDown were on USA Network, and then 2019 was the big deal with SmackDown moving over to Fox, and that big deal, the $1 billion deal over there, and then the NBC Universal deal that brought NXT from WWE Network to the USA Network along with Raw, and then this massive deals back to back to back with NXT going to the CW, SmackDown back to USA, and now Raw to Netflix streaming, which is Netflix raises their price every week. So you might be paying $20 by 2025 to watch Monday Night Raw weekly. What does that mean for Monday Night Raw being a 3-hour show, being on a streaming service? With is it going to be ads? Is it going to be commercials? Like, it's so much to think about. Are they moving back to 2 hours? What is your reaction as someone who woke up late to all of this and got all the news at once when you woke up?
Wild. That was a lot of news to take in all at once, but great job by WWE once again. I mean, they got their hands in like 3 separate cookie jars right now. They got regular TV with the NXT and CW. They got cable TV with SmackDown going to USA. And now they're in the streaming market with one of their weekly TV shows, which I think that's a great move. Like they had to get in the streaming market besides, just the PLEs. I think we all know that's where television already is. It's where it's continuing to go. So, and they didn't get it with just, Peacock, Amazon Prime. That would have been great too, but they didn't get it with them either. They got it with the biggest one. Netflix is king of all the streaming services. That says a lot. Nick Khan, man. Ever since Tony Khan called out the Khans, it's like, I'm the Khan. I'm the only Khan that matters. Nick Khan has gone crazy. He's gone like Jordan in Game 6. He's going crazy. Give all the respect to Nick Khan. And yeah, it's a great move. Netflix, it's going to be a little different, obviously. Tuning into a streaming service for Raw, that's weird. They haven't, I heard Nick Khan on Pat McAfee show, the interview just a little bit while ago around noon. He said for now, as we know it, it's staying to Mondays, but they're not opposed to if Netflix wants to move it to a different day or whatever works for them. So who knows? We may not be doing these reviews on Tuesdays either.
This is true. He did say that they are going to continue on Mondays to start, but they are open to moving nights if if it sees to that as we go about. We got Chilling with Chase. He says 20K by Mania calling it for the channel. I mean, I would love that. Yeah, that would be great. That would be awesome. We got another super chat donation from the good brother Will Chisholm, who says, if Vince was here, I may believe they would try selling Okada to NXT. He got to work the cameras, pal. Yes. Yo, like I think that was the part of the report that, besides them like continuously saying, we didn't cross-reference this, we didn't reference this with Okada, we didn't confirm this with Okada or at all, but a source close to him says, like, that's how they preferenced it. And then in the said possibly starting in NXT. I think that was another red herring that we shouldn't have believed this report at all.
But I want to see Okada Dragunov. Come on, man.
Then Dragunov better get his ass called up. I mean, the fuck we talking about? How did AJ Styles get to start off on the main roster, but Kazuchika Okada doesn't? That's what we
How many of those people that just completely wrote off NXT would possibly tune in on Tuesdays for Okada? Possibly.
Yeah, no, it's possible. I'm not denying that, and I think
I'm just interested.
I got people saying, "Oh, he got to work the cameras. He gotta, get settled. Where he's gonna move his family over, even though his wife is a fucking megastar in Japan." Like, I don't make no sense. But anyway, like, it's just like
learn more English.
You gotta learn more English. No. The big thing is why they would put Okada on NXT is that they're going to network television and they need a megastar. They don't have that. They don't have that. They don't have, like, Dragunov's great. He's a great champion. He earned that spot, but he doesn't feel like the guy that can be the face of NXT. Carmelo felt more like that. Braun Breaker felt more like that. Dragunov feels like he's worked his way up the ladder. He's got it. He's more of like the underdog. He's not the same as your, like, Garganos and your Sami Zayns, but he's closer to that in that personification of NXT, but he doesn't transcend that. And I feel like they need that guy for network television, and Okada is that.
When does that start again? Do you know?
October 2020.
Okay.
October. We got in the chat another super chat donation from the good brother, the Negro Buck, Nick Jackson. Thank you so much, Negro Buck. He says, also be sure to subscribe to True Hill Heat Sports. Yes, please subscribe over there. We're very close to 500 subscribers over there. The good brothers like Romeo, they've been doing huge watch-alongs for the whole entire NFL playoffs, so you can watch the replays of that as well as tune in. Yes, tune in this Sunday for the championship games. Are you doing the Pro Bowl as well?
Hell no. That'll be my weekend to catch up on some pro wrestling.
But he will be there for the Super Bowl as well the week after. We got Queen Monet who says Kobe's gonna finish his story. Yes, thanks to The Rock. We gotta thank The Rock. They need to make The Rock the special enforcer. Start the year-long build. Start the year-long build at 40.
I'll tell you what, man. Since The Rock is fully ingrained and a part of this family again, going forward for who knows how long, I don't know how many more matches he's got in him. Cody Rhodes has got to be one of them. Because you could tell so much story with this. You kidding me? After everything is settled? My goodness.
Yes.
And the legacies of the families? Oh, my God. Come on.
Hey man, I got a bunch of these Netflix references, man. There's so much crossover potential, guys. You guys got to understand. Cobra Kai on WWE, Johnny Lawrence bringing in the kids to NXT. Come on, y'all. Come on, let's go. Bringing in Cobra Kai to chase you. Miguel and Robbie going to chase you. Come on, y'all. There's so much crossover potential here. I am wholeheartedly for Raw on Netflix. This is the new generation. You said it. You said it before, Romeo. Everything's moving to streaming, and WWE is just going with the flow. And the fact that they are kind of represented in all parts of TV, it says a lot for this company and where it's going in the future.
100%. WWE is usually like the first to like get on these things. Like they're usually like the visionaries. Like they always get to everything first. So this is gonna be, you know, Netflix's first streaming weekly TV show. They've done streaming events like comedy specials and um like those of the likes, but never a weekly show weekly. This will be the first time they're doing that live.
Or Chilling with Chase. We got Chilling with Chase saying Joe Goldberg was for sure stalk Maxine Dupree. Yeah, Maxine is totally his type. But what if Nikki Cross stalked Joe Goldberg?
Oh, that's what the clues were there all along. That's
The
what Nikki Cross
clues
has
are
been doing.
there. Exactly. That's where we're going with this whole the Nikki Cross story. She will be able to finish her story, folks. You don't have to worry. Nikki's gonna finish this story out. I promise you. Yes, good old Saint Nick, the best acquisition in maybe the best acquisition in WWE history. The bags he has gotten, the Endeavor deal, like come on, so much has changed in the WWE because of Nick Khan. The cons have taken over of the whole professional wrestling game. They changed the whole business. All the cons.
It's just about Nick today. Come on.
But I'm saying all across the board, cons is the name.
Well,
But
now
Nick
the
Khan,
WBD, they're all at Tony Khan's store and stuff. Like, hey,
yeah, this is
what's up, big head?
and I think that Tony Khan got the news early. Now I don't think it's going to be an amazing 2024. I don't think it was for Okada now. I think he got the news early. I think WBD was like, oh, man, WWE, they're going to Netflix, man. We just wanted to let you know the news first. And then he was like, thank you. Went to tweeting. My man, he was like, oh, it's going to be an amazing year. We about to re-up for 5 more years for Billy. He was like, WWE can get there 5 Billy. They've been around for 50 years. We've been around for 5. We just trying to get that Billy.
WWE wins, they get all the attention. It's good for the wrestling business as a whole. You're seeing that now.
It is. Wrestling is more involved in the zeitgeist of like pop culture again. It feels like it's getting closer. It's a lot closer than it's been in any time in the past like 20 years, it feels.
And The Rock is a big deal. Everybody knows The Rock. He's one of the biggest stars, if not the biggest star in all of Hollywood, at least the biggest action star. So let's talk about deal to be attached to that.
Let's talk about that news now, as that was the big news before even the Raw going to Netflix news. You got The Rock joins the board of directors for WWE's parent company, TKO Group Holdings. Dwayne Johnson has secured full ownership of his, of course, The Rock ring name as well in this whole deal. It was announced on Tuesday morning that Johnson has been appointed to the board of directors for TK Group Holdings, the parent company of WWE. TKO was formed, of course, last September when Endeavor's acquisition of WWE was made official, and it's a merged company consisting of both WWE and UFC, though the two promotions operate independently from each other. A press release stated that Johnson has significant experience identifying and cultivating revenue generating media rights, live event sponsorship, licensing, and social media opportunities, and his appointment to the board of directors reflects TKO's commitment to delivering long-term value and strong performance for shareholders through strategic growth initiatives across both UFC and WWE. In addition to his appointment to the board, WWE and Johnson have entered into an agreement that gives Johnson full ownership of the Rock name as well. So what can you say, man? This is a crazy news day as The Rock, man, once again, one-upping Triple H. He did it in wrestling. He did it in their wrestling careers. Now he's doing it afterwards. Triple H was sitting ready. He's like, I'm a COO. I'm in the head of creative. And then this guy, he's like, you can live offshore. You can be a bigger star. I'm fine with that. I'm doing good. I'm running things here. Now he has a higher position than him.
Welcome to the family, Rock.
Welcome to the family. Welcome home. We got a lot of big news that we gotta enjoy here. We got a lot of big numbers. We record gates and record live gates and live attendance.
Hey, man. All part of the same family now, man. Triple H got his role. HBK, they're all one big happy family. All gonna have a nice little Thanksgiving dinner together. That shit's funny, man. But The Rock, man, man, what a power move, bro. We know, he's close with Nick Khan. Now he's got a roll with TKO. It's like you saw the stock prices go up instantly. Man, what a deal! What a deal for The Rock, and it's big for WWE to be partners with The Rock again, in an official capacity. Hopefully, it leads to a few more matches, not just one with Roman, like I said, the Cody one too. But yeah, The Rock is just, man, what he's done ever since leaving wrestling. Jeez, one of the biggest stars in the world, and this just adds to it his portfolio.
Indeed, we got another super chat donation from our good friend Will Chisholm. He says, "I'm ready to see Damage Control on the new season of Squid Games."
Wow.
We've
had a few comments like that. I've highlighted a few of them of people making Netflix show comparisons to the WWE stars.
It's great stuff, man. It's great opportunities to be had. I saw a question from our good friend, Power Driver Finisher. He says, "Well, what other shows are on Netflix for people to watch?" Man, I watch plenty of shows on Netflix. What is it? Cobra Kai is number one.
Never seen it.
You need to. Well, you got to watch. You never even seen Karate Kid, so I can't
never seen that too.
Exactly. So I can't tell you. I can't say you got to see it, and then you never even seen the original. But Cobra Kai, you
never
have you seen
it.
You?
Oh, no. Never seen it.
This guy's just gonna keep saying, "I've never seen."
No,
Of course, the big one is Stranger Things.
I have seen
everybody at this point should have seen Stranger Things.
I was late to the party, but I'm there. I'm caught up.
Beef was recently nominated for the Emmys. That was like a mini series that was up there. The Dahmer series was another one that was up there that a lot of people were watching, but those are like kind of like one-off series. Power Driver Finisher. Trying to think of like more reoccurring or stuff you can just go in and then you can just watch from the very beginning if you never watch. Ozark is a great series that's on there, but it just finished up, but you can watch that on there.
Never seen it.
This guy has never seen anything. Never Have I Ever is another good series that I watched.
Never have I ever seen it.
Of course. I set you up for that one. We got Big Man Dawes. He says, "I hope they make Raw 2 hours and then make Superstars a show again or something." There you go.
You know what? That's an interesting point because you don't have to worry about advertising dollars anymore for that third hour. Does it have to be a 3-hour show? No, not really. Be 2 hours. You could do that if you want.
Exactly. We got also here a question from Tamara who says, "Hi, do you think WWE will promote UFL?"
100%. The Rock made sure to put that. As long as I am in TKO, we both WWE and UFC will be promoting UFL. We will be partners.
Oh, another big one is Wednesday. Wednesday is another big one on Netflix. Wednesday. But yeah, I totally see that. UFL, XFL, they were already promoting. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We got also Tamara who says Cobra Kai is in its last season. Doesn't matter. They could go on and they could watch all 5 seasons before season 6 even starts. There you go. We also got here another super chat donation from the good brother Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will. He says, "Do y'all think it's TKO also having The Rock the new face and not Vince?" Yes, totally. This totally is a Vince replacement.
He definitely is like, a face to the brand. Like none of these execs were really going to be the faces of it. The Rock is a guy. He's pop culture, man. Pop culture. That's the guy to have the face.
He's one of the most recognizable stars in the world, not even in wrestling, in the world.
Yeah. Some people know him not even for his wrestling. Yeah.
Yeah, they just know him for his acting career, or like, just seeing him on commercials, seeing him in Hollywood. We got Power Driver Finisher who says Roman finally taking those Stranger Things. Yeah, oh yeah, one of those Stranger Things kids are gonna die finally at the hands of Roman Reigns.
But you know what I'm thinking? Man, watch John Cena eventually be on the TKO board too.
Yo, Cena would totally be on the TKO board. TKO board's gonna be Cena, Rock, HBK.
He's working his
Stephanie.
way up. Cena's still paying his due, but he's working his way up.
Yeah. He's like, what? I'm just passing through my Hollywood examination here, becoming a more recognizable star. Frantic World saying Black Mirror crossover on Raw just to F with Cross would be so funny.
There's a show I've seen. I fucking love that show.
I still haven't watched that, so there you go.
It's
there we go. We finally found a place.
This guy, you can't. Can you believe this guy? This guy's never seen this. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. This guy watch anything?
I never seen what is it? House of Dragons or Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones. Yeah,
never seen
stuff
either
you
one.
Haven't seen.
Never seen Breaking Bad either. I've seen like two episodes. Seen 2 episodes of Breaking Bad. Never seen Better Call Saul either.
Man, people get on me. Man.
Hey, those are just TV shows. You have seen the most iconic movies
Legendary
ever.
TV
You never
shows.
seen.
Well, that's
Yeah,
true.
of the recent years, of the last like 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
I've seen classic TV shows.
Yeah.
I've seen all the Marvel TV shows. Except for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Big Man Dog says now WWE needs to get a Korean wrestler to cater to the Netflix K-drama crowd.
The best we could do is Okada.
They're totally gonna get a reality series on Netflix.
WWE gonna get a reality series like
Totally gonna get a reality series, and it's gonna be hosted by Nick Lachey. Nick and Vanessa Lachey hosting the new WWE Divas. Total Divas.
Oh my god.
New WWE.
What are we doing?
Total
Going
Diva.
back in the past. We're moving forward. We got Montez Ford now and Bianca Belair.
No, it's gonna be called WWE Women. Total women.
Wow.
Power Driver Finisher saying I never brought them surviving Vecna. Hell no! One of them should have died because of Vecna. Vecna is one of the greatest villains I've seen on a TV show. Bro.
Great show. Has one of the best scenes.
Yes. Running up that hill. I never
Oh,
listen to that song the same again. We got Will Chisholm who says rappers are going to start rapping about Nick Khan when it comes to the bag now. Hell yeah! I'm trying to be like Nick Khan with the bag. One of the best acquisitions WWE has ever made. Chilling with Chase saying Rock versus Triple H is truly fight forever. We got Nikki Boy who says Beef was amazing. I still need to watch it. Oh, Umbrella Academy. That is really good. I like the first 2 seasons, not season 3 too much, but first 2 seasons was fine. We got here another super chat donation from our good friend, the Negro Buck, Nikki Boy, Nick Jackson. He says, y'all seen Sons of Anarchy? Or he says Mayans MC is good too.
Sons of Anarchy is a top 10 show of all time for me. Loved it. Mayans MC I have not seen. That's the spinoff.
I've never seen Sons of Anarchy.
It's another one got to get on the list. You seen The Sopranos?
Yeah, I've seen most of The Sopranos. I don't think I've ever finished it though.
Finish it. You have to finish the story.
I always heard polarizing reviews about the final season. So
no. Game of Thrones is the one with the final season. The Sopranos final season is fine.
He's like you should just watch the first 7 seasons of Game of Thrones.
I still enjoy the final season of Game of Thrones, but it's one of those things where it could have been so much better if you just take your time instead of rush it. For those that know, they know.
We got another super chat donation from our good friend Will Chisholm, who says, "So who y'all think will replace Kevin on SmackDown? If you're looking in-house, I would say Vic Joseph. Vic Joseph has really earned it to me, and he kind of like he's fit the mold of your Tom Hannafin. Tom Hannafin was like the prototypical. It was like they built him in a factory to be the Michael Cole replacement. This guy, especially in the pandemic when they were throwing him around everywhere and putting him on he was on all 7 shows at one point. NXT UK, 205 Live, the main event, WWE Raw, SmackDown, NXT. He was on every single show at one point during the pandemic. They worked him like a dog and then released him. He was like made out of a factory, and I feel like Vic Joseph is the only thing close to that they have resembled since then. They've tried with a lot of different guys, whether it be your Jimmy Smith, your Byron Saxons, your Kevin Patricks. No one else seems to kind of fit that mold to kind of be that voice that can lead the show quite like Michael Cole, but the only person who's come close is Vic Joseph.
Yeah, I think Vic Joseph is great, honestly. For those of you that haven't heard him much on NXT, he's the voice of NXT. He's really good. He's perfect for the role. If he wants, if they want to give him that responsibility, of course, maybe Cole wants to keep doing it. Maybe Cole's fine with it. Maybe Cole loves work again and he's doing one last final like run of his broadcasting career. But if not him, definitely go get Vic Joseph. I always loved Mauro Ranallo if he's ever interested.
I've been hearing more and more people mention that today.
He was always great to me, but I don't think he'd be interested.
Man, Booker T is not a good announcer. He's not. He's just not. He can be funny.
He can be very funny.
He can be funny, but that works on NXT.
Yes,
that works on NXT. It does not work. He's proven it time after time when they put him on the SmackDown commentary team. They put him on the Raw commentary team. He don't work on the main roster. He's great on that NXT commentary team.
Yeah, leave him there.
I agree. I do miss Mauro. But if Mauro comes back, he would be paired up with Corey, wouldn't
he? You could change it up. You could give him Wade Barrett if you want.
But I think Michael Cole likes Wade Barrett. I don't know if he likes Corey Graves. I never heard anything, but
I think it's Vic Joseph, and you get whoever the next guy is in training to be on NXT.
Who do you think they have? Or do you move Kevin Patrick there? Do you move him to NXT?
I think he's probably gone. I don't know.
You think he's gonna get let go? I think he would work as like a backstage interviewer or even like a studio guy or pre-show guy.
Yeah, if he wants to be. He could just want to move on though. Who knows?
Yeah, as long as it's not JBL. JBL's a dick.
No, yeah. The hell out of here with that.
Please no JBL. Please. No, thank you. All right. Any other news for us to touch on?
The Rock, what he said on First Take.
Do you have the quote of what he said?
Yes. Give me a second here. So The Rock was on ESPN First Take earlier after he rang the bell at the New York Stock Exchange. This guy's just everywhere. And he said to Stephen A. Smith and Molly, and I quote, "I'm a long gamer." They asked him, will we see you at WrestleMania this year?
Yeah.
Well, perhaps against Roman. I'm a long gamer.
No, they never said Roman. He was the one that mentioned Roman.
I'm a long gamer. I like to build something like this. What this is, if myself and Roman Reigns were the main event WrestleMania, and I mean this very respectfully, of all the WrestleManias prior, because I grew up in this business and I love it, we could possibly put on with us as the main events and this incredible group of men and women, we could possibly put on the greatest and biggest WrestleMania of all time. But the key words here is what I said in the beginning. I'm a long gamer. I like to build. Would that apply to something that's going to happen in, 2 short months? No, not really. He just started.
Hey, you never know. It could be.
He's gonna finish the story. Yeah. Roman and
Watch
Rock.
it.
See you in wherever the hell next WrestleMania for 41. Which
Man,
is
I
what the
can't
rumor
wait.
is
I
Minnesota, right?
cannot wait for Roman to be number 30 on Saturday. Rock is gonna.
Roman.
I mean, Rock is gonna be number 30 on Saturday. I can't wait. Can't wait for Rock to be number 30 on Saturday and see how sad Romeo gets. Jay says no story being finished. We got here.
Cody
we got-
fans, breathe or panic, because now maybe Roman is chasing Bruno Sammartino after he beats The Rock at WrestleMania next year.
Yo, I
We'll see
said
at WrestleMania 42.
What's worse is what would be worse if he Roman face Cody again and beat him again. Oh my god. I would have the biggest laugh of my entire life if that happened.
Better start asking for those refunds of 2K24.
It was like you gotta hold finish the story, freaking thing. He can't even finish the story.
Gotta finish in the video game.
Like only in the video game do you ever finish the story.
Rewrite the story.
You can't finish the story in real life, guys. The story always continues. We got Chase who says no, Roman being number 30, and he wins and calls out Dwayne. There you go. Booked it. Ball game. We got Big Man Dogs who says Roman beats Cody and then does stare down with Rock 1 year in advance, twice in a lifetime.
Boy, oh boy. You want to see crowd react.
That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna do Roman beats Cody again, and to lighten the blow of people like booing or doing it, if you smell, and then they're gonna. I'm gonna laugh so much if they like booing and then they hit the Rock's music and Rock goes out as their safety net. Oh my god, that would be hilarious.
Can I give you my honest early WrestleMania prediction?
What's your WrestleMania prediction?
That, at first I had like the storyline of the bloodline breaking up, but no, it sounds like they're gonna stick together for now. And I think The Rock is just gonna be that guy that like helps Cody, like thwart off the bloodline during the actual match.
I think he's gonna be special enforcer.
You could even do that too, yeah, that too. Instead of him just coming a mid match, they set that up with last year's Abomination Solo getting kicked out, and then he comes back in and cost him the match. Are you kidding me? One of the biggest travesties ever.
Yeah, it should. That would be poetic justice. That he's kept the title so long because of his family, and he's cost the title because of his family.
Yeah,
he loses the title because of his family.
I guess we're back to the bottom of the third inning again. I thought the innings were going on, but now we're in extra innings.
In extra innings, guys. But we got a bunch of people who says, "Man, this would be worse than just doing the match this year." Yeah. I mean, I honestly am at the point with how long this match has been talked about. I just wanted it to be this year so we could stop talking about it.
But I do like the idea of a longer build because it does deserve that.
It does. It is a big enough matchup that you would expect it to have that long.
Like a Rock, like they did with Rock Cena.
Yeah.
Once in a lifetime.
All right. Any other news for us to discuss?
The rest of the news involves expiring contracts, and I guess we could just talk about that during the review when we talk about the guys.
All right. Well, let's talk about Monday Night Raw, which last night was from, I believe, New Orleans.
New Orleans, baby.
My
second home.
New Orleans.
The Big Easy.
How many times have you been there? Or you lived there, right?
I used to go there like almost every weekend, but I didn't live there. But I live like 3 hours away.
There you go. But yes, it was from New Orleans, Louisiana, and the show kicked off with the World Heavyweight Champion Seth freaking Rollins coming down to the ring for an opening promo as he had to address his future, as there's been a lot of speculation around him following the matchup with Jinder Mahal where he injured his knee. And he comes out wearing a bright lime green suit and black dress shirt.
He limped down the aisle wearing a knee brace on his left leg. He received a big ovation, the fans singing his song, and then the fans chanted, "Thank you, Seth." Rollins said it's been a long week, so he appreciated the reaction, and he's getting very emotional, nearly tears in his eyes. And I was like, oh no. Seth spoke about beating Jinder Mahal last week, but he felt his knee go in a direction it wasn't supposed to after hitting a springboard moonsault like he usually always does. He realized upon going to the back that he might be out for a long time because he sat there and he wasn't able to bend his knee. He mentioned in the past that he only gets stronger after every successful title defense. But after sitting there and not being able to bend his knee, he felt like a liar. Last week, Rollins felt he might have to miss WrestleMania. And the crowd chanted, "No, no, no." Rollins said that he had a grade 2 tear in his MCL and a partially torn meniscus, and the doctors told him he'd be out 3 to 4 months with surgery. If it were up to him, he'd still come out next week and stomp people's head in, but it wasn't up to him. He didn't know what the future held, and he was going to take it day by day, week by week. But before he could continue, out came the Intercontinental Champion Gunther and Imperium. Rollins figures out that they were there to take him out, so he told them to not waste any of his time and to get it over with. Gunther tells him that not to worry about Imperium and instead concentrate on him. He said he and Rollins have been avoiding each other for a while now, but Gunther wanted to tell Rollins what he thought of him. Gunther told Rollins that not to be on edge. He said that Rollins was placed in a tough spot being labeled a fighting champion from the get-go. Rollins had to bring honor and dignity to his championship, and Rollins was a champion everyone could be proud of, just like him. Gunther admitted it pulled on his heartstrings to see Rollins like this, and he was sad to find out that he may not make it to WrestleMania. Rollins said Gunther should have let him finish speaking. Rollins fired up and said he didn't give a damn what the doctors told him or how hard he had to rehab. He said before he will take the title into WrestleMania, and goddamn it, he said he's gonna do that, and he will walk into WrestleMania as champion and walk out the World Heavyweight Champion. The crowd cheered, a big pop for that one. Gunther says that he was happy to hear that. He admired and respected Rollins because he would do the same thing. Gunther says that he just wanted to let him know face to face, to his face, he would win the Royal Rumble. And when he wins the Royal Rumble, he's going to choose Rollins at WrestleMania. He's going to target Rollins' knee, his back, and any part of him that wasn't 100% to become the champion. And Rollins warned Gunther that to remember who he was coming after, and Rollins told Gunther, Gunther told Rollins to remember who was coming after him. They shook hands, and Gunther went out the ring, and then New Day jumped Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser to segue into our opening matchup here. But let's talk about this opening promo here. Seth Rollins letting it be known that yes, he's injured. He has a partially torn meniscus, a grade tear in his MCL, but he says he's gonna go to WrestleMania. So I mean, the WWE has had Roman Reigns as champion for months being away, so they could make stuff creatively to bide Seth Rollins' time if they believe he's going to make it back in time. And I believe in Seth Rollins because he's been down this road before of trying to make it back in time for a WrestleMania. So I'm waiting to see how this rehab will go for him, but the WWE must be confident in having Seth Rollins come out and say this. But I like the tease of Gunther as another potential winner for the Royal Rumble and the matchup that I believe 100% was the plan before CM Punk re-signed with the company.
100% agreed. I'm surprised they didn't make a big deal out of Damian Priest this show, like talking about Seth Rollins' injury situation and how that affects him. He's got a briefcase there; he can cash in
And
any
he
time.
did
Like,
jack and shit about it.
Raw will be in good hands if Seth has to miss time or whatever, because you have a hell of a secondary champion where some people think, he's the A champ, to borrow a phrase from Carmelo Hayes and what he was in NXT as North American champ, the A champ on Raw. He's Gunther. So you're in good hands. Genuine emotion from Seth. He even though he knows the situation, you can see his eyes welling up. So good acting there, or just if that's how he actually feels, whatever.
Yeah.
They took the announcement I expected and got some Rumble hype from it with Gunther. And Gunther, man, it's amazing how good he is on the mic. Man, I didn't really think he had it in him, but he just has aura. Aura screams off of him. He keeps it simple. It's not a lot of flair, but he's just him. He's he's the great sport of wrestling and his gimmick, and he could talk. He was heelish, but I like that it ended with a handshake and respect, which is like, that's cool. It's different. This is most definitely a future program. Gunther is most definitely future world champ. He's definitely going to hold that belt sooner or later, more likely sooner, especially by the time we get to Berlin. If he's not champ going into it, he'll be champ coming out of it, I think. I like this segment. Good news on the injury front. It's not as bad as it could be, and hope for a speedy recovery and hope for a hell of a match at WrestleMania.
I do too. I hope that Gunther has a great matchup. They have someone kind of pegged for him to face at WrestleMania. I've heard potential, and we've talked about potential people being like Big E because of this New Day Imperium rivalry. There's also Jey Uso, who has teased going after championship gold. So
He's got Jimmy. That's Jimmy's. Jimmy at WrestleMania. I got
Jimmy. I didn't even realize Jimmy Uso was still employed.
No yeet. Hey, there's a rumor about a guy returning real soon. I don't know if it would work for this guy, but I'd love to at least hear that they tried to pitch this match to him. Brock Lesnar.
But Brock would never go for an Intercontinental title.
Yeah, you'd have to sell him on it, and you'd have to find a way to just make it just wants a fight.
I don't think Brock is that guy. I that's why my pitch to them would be Brock versus Solo.
That'd be cool too.
Yeah. I feel like Solo needs someone like Brock, where Gunther doesn't really do it. Doesn't really need him.
Solo beating Cena and Lesnar?
Give me that. That's how you build up the beast, the new beast. We got Nicky Boy.
Was Brock IC champion? No, right? Or was he?
No, he went after. He had a shot at the Intercontinental Championship, but he never won it.
What happened?
I think it ended in DQ. Nicky Boy saying, I'm sure Seth will be back in time for Mania. We also got Nicky Boy who says, I need Gunther to run it back with Pete Dunne. Now that he's Pete Dunne, yeah, that would be great.
Oh boy. Could you do that? No, I see them being in a tag division.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what they're calling them?
British Strong Style. They were British Strong Style. We got Nicky Boy who says, any news on when Sheamus is coming back? He and Gunther could run it back. I wouldn't mind that.
Sheamus is coming back. Spoiler: Saturday. You heard it here first. One of the numbers.
He's one of the surprises in this year's Royal Rumble. You heard it from Romeo first. Nicky Boy says Brock versus Solo would be huge. It would be huge for Solo for sure.
You just can't tease that Brock is going after Roman again. You just can't do that.
No.
It's just Solo.
Or he's going after Solo because he knows he's the real reason why Roman still has the title and he can't go after the title.
He can't go after the title, so he's going to go after his family. He's going to fuck him up.
He's going to fuck up the whole family. So there's no one. This plays off of the Cody Brock rivalry where they gain respect for one another. And Brock is now going to take out Solo, so Cody doesn't have to worry about him at Mania.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah. Wow. Oh man, we know
You-
Tony watches. We hope
Yeah,
Paul's watching too.
Hey, yo, send the link, Tony. Yo, Tony, send the link to Paul. I just helped out. Yo, babe, if my missus is, send it to somebody at work. Come on, y'all.
By the way, SP3, completely unrelated, completely off topic. I just want to give you a little break in NBA news. The Bucks fired their head coach.
They fired Adrian Griffin.
The 30-13, they fired his ass.
Wow,
Nobody's safe.
Wow, you're second in the Eastern Conference. The fuck? What the fuck did they want from a first-year head coach? First-year head coach with
Listen to this. One of the coaches they expected to interview is Doc Rivers.
This can't be real life. This can't be real life. Not Doc Rivers getting another fucking job.
Just wanted to pass that along.
Yeah, that blew my mind. Thanks. But yeah.
As if you've been through enough today.
We should mention the Gunther botch during his promo when he said this Sunday at the Royal Rumble I'm gonna win, and then the graphic came up like a second after. That was a very well timed graphic, man. Like this Saturday, and then Michael Cole after he's finished repeatedly said the Rumble is this Saturday, ha ha ha! This Saturday, the Royal Rumble, yes, this Saturday.
It sounded like Vince McMahon was in his ear. Son of a bitch!
Son of a bitch!
Saw him at Saturday, Cole.
God damn it! It's Saturday.
The production team was on one because, like, anytime someone mentioned Royal Rumble or the word Saturday, the graphic instantly came up. They were on one promoting Saturday.
Yes, and in Gunther's mind, it is Sunday because he's still in the UK.
True.
He's over in the UK. It's like his mind and his heart is in the UK, so it's Sunday. It is technically Sunday.
Fair enough.
See, it's 2 nights. See, there you go. You made it make sense. But yes, like I said, at the end of the promo segment between Gunther and Seth Rollins, you had the New Day come out, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston attack Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci, and we got a tag team matchup that wasn't really a tag team matchup, more like a scrap. This one it was like a pure 6 brawl from the outset. Kofi came in, he had a hot tag, wiping out each guy. They do suicide dives, both Kofi and Xavier, and they're fighting on the outside, and they completely just forget that this is an actual match, so they get double count out. But the whole brawl goes into the crowd. They're fighting by the production cases, by the crates. They take out Kofi for a second, so Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser jump Xavier, but it looks like when they're going for a suplex on Xavier through a table underneath they're on like production crates, Kofi comes in out of nowhere and hits a big old spear. Xavier falls with them, where all 4 men collide into the table and they're all taken out here. I have been loving this feud. It's just been built on animosity and this like form of like revenge from the 2 teams. And we got a little bit of like a kind of a sample that we're going to get more of this next week, as it was a promo later on in the night as they interviewed Kofi and Xavier, who talked about winning championship gold, said that they're going to go after the tag team titles. And then they also said that Kofi challenged Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship for next week. So that was confirmed official later on in the night. And during this whole segment, we did see Damage Control back in the back of them kind of arriving at the building. So I thought that was a nice touch as well. But what did you think? Yeah, I took the screenshot here. You see them on the left?
Triple H loves this shit. He's like, oh, they're never going to notice.
I also noticed Nikki Cross walking by during one of the matches. I forgot which one.
Yeah, nobody paid attention to her.
Yeah,
I noticed that.
Yeah, no one said anything about it.
The Netflix promotion, man.
Yeah, there you go. But what did you think about New Day versus Imperium here?
I love how it started, after the Gunther promo. The physicality showed. You could feel the rivalry. This is a rivalry. It's going good, and it's always fun when New Day specifically shows this side of them because it's very rare. It's satisfying. It's refreshing. Double countouts fine because this is continuing and keep it going. I'm loving this. It's building up the rivalry. The table spot was cool. The crowd was satisfied. All this is heating up so much. Like, I don't want to set myself up for letdown. I really hope that Big E is the final piece. That it all comes to that. Imperium and New Day at its whole.
Yeah.
And like, what about let's say you do have Big E coming back. You could do like could you stretch this out to Elimination Chamber? A 3-on-3, 6-man? That'd be a nice
That
hook
would be
for a
great.
match.
Yeah.
And then you do Big E Gunther at Mania.
Yeah, you do New Day versus Imperium 3-on-3, and we don't know who New Day's tag team partner is going to be because Jay is in the chamber. We'll have Jay in the chamber, so he's taken out of play, and we don't know who their partner is going to be, and it's Big E.
I do think like
just to give Big E some more time to get ready for his comeback.
And don't get any ideas, folks. I'm not meaning 3-on-3 and then have it in the chamber. No, this is not how we're not gonna have Big E's first match be an Elimination Chamber match.
No, but this is a big enough matchup that it feels big enough to be on a pay-per-view instead of just on an episode of Raw.
They're building us up well. And Jey Uso will like fill in, I guess, for now.
They could do that match on Raw, like Kofi, Woods, and Jay versus Imperium.
You could kill time.
Yeah,
and you got Kofi and Gunther. They kill time with that.
Yeah. I think they're on to something really good with this. This feels
a strong
like
build. Strong.
It feels
story,
like
strong
it's
rivalry.
beating up both Imperium and the New Day here. This is like the first real rivalry I feel the New Day is in since like, I guess you could say the mini rivalry with Drew earlier in 2023. That was like a mini rivalry, but outside of that, like, New Day, it's been a while since they had like got something to sink their teeth into. This feels good.
And this is going so well that whoever comes out of it victorious should be lined up to be the next tag champs. I'm sorry, this is stronger than whatever actual tag program they're going with now, which we know we'll talk about. This is stronger than that.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't mind New Day versus Judgment Day. They haven't. They did that. They did that on an episode of Raw, but they haven't like punched that matchup into the ground or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Like, both these teams right here have more momentum to me than DIY.
It is true. DIY has momentum, but not as much as these two have had in this rivalry. And funny enough, DIY had a rivalry with Imperium that was supposed to be personal, but it never felt like this.
No, New Day's doing a great job.
Yeah, and it all plays off of a real injury.
Yep,
that's where this whole thing heated up, is after Giovanni's injury.
Sometimes the story writes itself, folks. It's not that complicated.
Indeed. So we get the WWE 2K24 commercial. We see Kofi, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley are going to be
great trailer, by the way. I enjoyed it.
Yes.
Well done.
Great trailer. I love when they use current storylines in the video games.
Yep.
Just love that.
The Stone Cold AI looked a little off. Maybe the Hogan too, but
the Hogan shit looked awful.
But I like the premise. I'll say that.
There was a video package hyping tonight's main event of Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre, and then we went backstage to the Judgment Day's treehouse where Rhea Ripley accused Damian Priest of trying to pick fights with everyone. She said that she went to Adam Pearce's office and he informed her that he and Finn Balor would have to defend the undisputed WWE tag team titles against the DIY next week. Priest was just hearing of this now and said he had no intention of picking fights with everyone. He said he would handle McIntyre tonight, but then Priest accused Mommy of having a big head, says that she's going around here with a big head, which JD McDonough replied, "Hey." And then Priest continued, because she's on the cover of WWE 2K24, and you can see JD being like, "Oh." He also suggested she stop going into Adam Pearce's office because nothing good ever happens, and stop getting matches made for Judgment Day. And then Priest leaves as he's gonna deal and get ready for the McIntyre matchup. Ripley then talks to JD and Dom and says that they should have taken care of DIY a long time ago. Balor has been laughing throughout this whole thing. He was like a son who's like getting impressed or rooting for his dad, yelling at his mom during the whole Priest and Ripley segment of this. And then he was laughing at JD and Dom when Ripley was yelling at them, and then Rhea finally acknowledges that he's getting amused by all of this, and she says that she doesn't appreciate that. Rhea says that Priest would take care of McIntyre alone, while Balor would accompany Dom for his matchup. And she says that it's been a long time since she's seen his vicious side, and Balor says if she wanted vicious, she'd get it. What did you think about this segment here with the Judgment Day?
It's not crazy drama, but it's entertaining though, because everybody sort of has a point. Everybody's kind of right with what they're saying. Balor gaslighting, that shit was hilarious. Balor's funny. Rhea, whew, man, my goodness. And Priest, he's right. He ain't trying to pick fights. He didn't go out there picking a fight with Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre cost him his cash in. Come on, man. Should we talk about Finn now?
Yeah, we can talk about Finn now, because it was reported by I believe the first person was, I hate to give him credit, but he was the first person who reported it. Former Wrestling Inc. founder Raj Giri, who reported that current Judgment Day member and one half of the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions Finn Balor, his contract is set to expire after WrestleMania 39. Fightful Select has confirmed this report, saying that they have not even started negotiations with Balor at this point for his contract renewal. So it does ask the question, is TKO now with this merger being more selective with who they give the bag to? Because we had the whole situation with Mercedes Moné where they were having talks with her, and we heard the rumors that she was asking for more money than what Charlotte Flair was asking for, and then talks fell apart with them, and she's reportedly on her way to AEW, or expected to be on her way to AEW at this point. Is this a sign that TKO is making a more firm stance as far as who they're giving these big money contracts to?
I don't know, but I know all these talents. They watch the news. They saw what you just signed with Netflix. How many billion? How many? What? Can the wrestlers get a little bump in their paydays, please? Come on. They already should have. Now, even more so. Are you kidding me? Pay these guys, man. Pay them what they're worth. And Finn is definitely one of those talents that deserves it. If you lose him, that changes all kinds of directions and plans for Judgment Day. Now do you just scrap it? Now you just let everyone go their separate ways? Or do you try to keep it going with JD McDonough taking Finn Balor's place? Oh, Finn Balor, he's
always been mini Finn.
Finn's, I don't know if you mentioned this part. Fightful Select said not immediately after WrestleMania, but a few months after. So, but Finn has said before in the past, he's friends with the Elite. He'd love to work with the Elite again, all that. So he could be one of those guys that goes for AEW as long as the bag is respectable and lives up to the WWE bag. So, but Finn could play both sides and just make them bid against each other too, if he doesn't really care where he goes. But I could see him wanting to make the move. WWE hasn't really, even though he's Hunter's boy, and he's in a good spot with Judgment Day, he's not really in like the main event scene or anywhere like that. Where I think I could see him doing that in AEW. I could see Tony pushing him to that level. I mean, of course, there's a lot of guys, you're in the mixed up in the scene with, but I think he'd get a nice presentation there and be taken care of. So it's very interesting what Finn's gonna have to choose coming up. But I just want all these guys to get paid.
That'd be something to maybe inspire more like top level stuff from him.
Say that again.
Maybe that'd be the thing to kind of inspire more top level stuff from him, because it's been a while since I viewed Finn Balor as like a top level main event guy.
Yeah, and I think that's mostly WWE's fault. So he's definitely capable of it if you give him the ball. To me, but I want to see all these guys get paid, man. They need the more money. That the money's there. WWE, stop being cheap. Just Pay your guys.
I'm ready. I'm ready to see what's gonna happen with that whole situation, and we'll keep you up to date with all this. And like we said before, with all the news we've been trying to cover on this review, we're gonna talk more about that stuff, of course, on the True Hill Heat flagship podcast on Saturday, our home for all wrestling news throughout the week. We got Nikki Boy in the chat who says Finn's really good friends with the Bucks and Jay White. Yeah, Jay White, he's like his mentor. Imagine,
Yeah.
imagine Finn, Prince Devitt joining up with Bullet Club Gold.
You mean the bang? What do you call it?
Bang Bang
Scissors.
Scissor Gang.
Bang bang.
That
Scissors
shit
gang?
ain't gonna last.
Is that like
That
Y2
shit ain't
AJ?
gonna last. That shit ain't gonna last. I just saw a funny post of someone saying Okada in NXT would have been Kevin Okata, a foreign exchange student from Japan, to chase you.
I saw the Chase U Photoshop. It was very nice.
It was very nice. So funny. We got up next. We had a singles matchup as it was Ivy Nile going one-on-one with Valhalla. We had a backstage interview before the matchup with Ivy Nile and Maxine Dupree. They don't trust Ivy Nile to talk, it seems, because first had Maxine talk for her, then they had the Creed brothers come in and talk for her to show her support, but then she said she had it covered, and she said her and Maxine would go to the ring.
We get the Creed brothers off the milk cartons now. We know they're safe. We know they're good. We know they're not missing. Unfortunately, they come back to see Ivy Nile. She's with Maxine now. I'll be with her.
Ivy Nile's more a part of Alpha Academy than Creed brothers are.
Creed brothers stock's going down. I know they're young. They got plenty of time, but this is not good.
It's not looking good right now, and I'm kind of scared about that because, like we said, like DIY, although we don't feel they're on the best plane, they're on a higher plane than they were a couple of weeks ago, especially the last time when Creed brothers got the shot at the tag team titles, and now Imperium and New Day feel hotter than them.
Yeah, they leapfrogged them. I mean, we don't have rankings here in WWE, but if we did, Creed brothers is down there as far as all those teams that were named.
Well, that's what we're gonna start having to do. Now that AEW is bringing back their own rankings, we are bringing the WWE rankings for Raw rankings. Our top 5 in each division. That's what we're gonna give every week.
I just got a DM from CM Punk himself. He said that doesn't work for him. We should scrap it.
I don't care if it worked for you, brother. I mean, we got record bar weights, and you're just gonna listen to me though. So up next we had Ivy Now going against Valhalla. Of course, this did not last too long at all. 2 minutes 47 seconds. Ivy Now it's a big we got Valhalla with like a pop-up headbutt at one point, puts her feet on the ropes for the cover for some reason, and that was completely botched. Like she did it too quickly, and the ref saw it immediately before the planned spot where Dupree was going to catch her first. And then Nile bounced Valhalla's head off the ring post, hits a top rope bulldog that she calls the pit bull, and gets the win. This was not good.
Yeah, not much here, but I thought the bulldog off the top rope is a nice finisher. You could clean it up a bit. You could get over.
That's a nice finisher, but the match wasn't good. Like they didn't have much time to do anything, but what we saw was not good.
Right. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to be so negative. We got Nicky Boy. He says Creed brothers are a top tier team. They gotta do better with these guys. I agree, but I think they think they're young. They'll be.
They could wait. Yeah. Those other teams we mentioned are deserving now.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, that was at this point that we had the New Day promo where they said their people knew about the New Day's fun and games, but what you saw tonight was what you could expect. They pushed when you pushed them too far, and that's when Kofi challenged Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship, while Jay stayed around to say yeet to the delight of the fans. Then we get into the yeet to the second hour. And we kick off with Nia Jax coming down to the ring. She said that she squashed both Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch the first time she encountered them, and she mocked their promo encounter last week, saying that they're talking about facing each other at WrestleMania when she's the one who's going to win the Royal Rumble, and put a squash to all of that too. And she wasn't as surprised that they wanted to face each other because they didn't want to face her, and she planned on ruining their dreams by winning the Royal Rumble. But of course, this brought out Becky Lynch to interrupt, who congratulated Jax on beating her and giving her something else to talk about for the next 5 years. Lynch knew she had a target on her back in the Rumble, but Jax had the largest target on her back, and it wasn't because Jax was bigger. It was because nobody liked her. Jax threw her weight around and probably injured half of the locker room. And Lynch said that she wasn't sure what she would enjoy more, winning the Royal Rumble for a second time or watching Nia Jax lose. But this brought out none other than SmackDown's own Bayley. She said that she would win the Royal Rumble, and she says that Becky recognized her. She says that she's going to be the one who stops her from winning the Royal Rumble again, and Nia Jax won't stop her either. That Damage Control has a plan, and it's her plan, and she's going to win and beat Rhea Ripley for the World Heavyweight Championship. This leads to a big brawl after Bayley attacks Becky Lynch. Jax goes after Bayley, and then Becky goes after Jax. Bayley tries to get involved, so Lynch hits her with the manhandle slam, but Jax throws Becky Lynch over the top rope, showing that she can eliminate her, and then hits a big leg drop on Bayley to stand tall. So what did you think about this segment here to build up the women's Royal Rumble match, which they're only promoting these three ladies and Bianca Belair for the matchup?
Yeah, that part of it is fine. We don't got to. We have a good idea of who most of these women are going to be, anyways, and those are the main ones. And I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of NXT infusion, a lot of NXT women in the Rumble.
I don't guess that. They said they basically confirmed that Natalya and Tegan Nox are going to be in the Rumble too.
Oh, great. Well, anyways, great to be blessed by Bayley on a Monday. Yes, I am rooting so hard for her Saturday. I think that live crowd will be rooting for her hard too. Heavy.
I agree. She seems like she's getting a good response, like more cheers than she was getting before.
I'm gonna be right back because I froze. So
No worries, sir. We got Frantic World in the chat who says SP3, some comic book news, TV news. He says Bullseye is coming back for Daredevil Born Again. Yes, especially if it's the actor who played Bullseye in season 3 of the Netflix series. Yes, that is a great idea, and it fits into the whole story that I think they're going to be doing with Kingpin as the mayor, trying to take down all the vigilantes, and he's going to hire some of the Thunderbolts and some of like villains to go take them down. So Bullseye being in this works a lot. We got Frantic World. He says, man, Nia Jax looks good. We also got here Safet, who says Bayley might be facing Io, not Rhea. Definitely, if Bayley wins, she's versing Io. She's not gonna verse Bayley. She's not gonna verse Rhea. We got Queen Monet, one of our members in the chat. Remember, guys, you can become a member yourself. Hit that join button. $1 a month gets you exclusive in-chat perks. We got Queen Monet, who says, I know if Bayley wins, she'll pick Io, but I do find it funny that as of right now, anyone who is a true contender wants to pick Rio and have no interest in picking Io. Yes, it does kind of make Io look like the secondary women's champion in a way, which she shouldn't. There should be some. Well, Bianca has said that she's going to go back after Io if she wins the Rumble. So one person out of the 4. And we got Nikki Boyce confirming it's going to be him from the 3rd season of the Daredevil Netflix series. Says glad they're bringing him back along with Karen and Foggy. Yes, some good choices here. Kingpin is the GOAT, though. Kingpin is the man. We get a Royal Rumble by the numbers video next, which had a lot of interesting facts, but they also had the fact of 2.6% of Royal Rumble participants have won the Royal Rumble. Like, no duh. The fuck? It's 1 out of 30. 1 out of 30 wins the damn thing every single year. What type of useless fucking fact was that? I hate useless fucking facts. I used to get pissed off. I'm drinking a Snapple. I'm getting all refreshed. And then I look at my top and it's a useless fucking fact. A fact I will never care about in my life. And a lot of these Royal Rumble numbers are either numbers I already knew, stuff I don't care about, and just making shit up. You know, I like the numbers video though. The numbers video is always nice. I do find it funny that WWE fans are totally fine with the numbers and statistics when it's the Royal Rumble, but not with AEW rankings.
By the numbers.
What did you think about this year's by the numbers video?
The
part 1 and 2.
They're just for, you know, nerds and geeks, so it is what it is. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. No, I like them. They're well done. Whoever researches all that, man, God bless them.
God bless. Becky Lynch bumps into Rhea Ripley backstage. She says, "I had to rewind it." I had to rewind it to hear what Becky was saying because she spoke so quietly. But it seemed like she said she wasn't impressed with what she did out there or how she looked out there, and she advised Lynch to make alternate plans for WrestleMania.
Good trash talk. Nice little trash talk.
Nice little trash talk. Continue the build there. Next, we had the match everybody was waiting for on this show. Dominic Mysterio going one-on-one.
Wait, which one?
Dominic Mysterio.
Tom or Nick?
Tom and Nick.
Oh.
Tom and Nick Mysterio going one-on-one with the Miz here. This one went 9 minutes, 27 seconds. The biggest pops of the matchup went for R-Truth, as the fans wanted truth in this matchup. But the numbers got the better of the Miz in this one, with Finn Balor getting involved as Dominic hit the 619, followed by the Frog Splash to pick up the victory in this one. After the matchup, Finn Balor gets in the ring and he starts laying in the strikes on the Miz until DIY come out to make the save. And Dom does save Dominic from eating the skull crushing finale. Well, he ate the skull crushing finale, but he was about to eat the meat in the middle afterwards as the Cleveland boys and Ciampa stand tall here. What did you think?
Dom is improved enough to make a match with the Miz passable. It's not anything I look forward to or want to see, but it's passable. I like before the match with R-Truth telling Miz, "Don't tag in," which was the advice he got the previous week for the Priest match that he's now applying in this match that he wasn't even involved in. So more great R-Truth stuff. Balor helping out Dom was probably needed for what Rhea called him out on earlier in the show. Wanted some more intensity from Finn Balor. And no reaction for DIY save. Did you notice that?
It was sad. It was so sad. I felt bad for them. I was like, God damn, I thought you guys were getting over.
Unless the music was too loud.
I think it's that awful music, maybe. Maybe it's that. We should also mention, yes, DIY will get their shot at the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships next week on Monday Night Raw, the Raw following the Royal Rumble. Speaking of Damian Priest, though, he had an interview before his. I got the Judgment Day.
Me too.
We got Damian Priest interviewed by Jackie Redmond backstage. Priest congratulates Dom on his win, which he was fully expecting. R-Truth shows up and he wants to give him more cash from their counterfeit t-shirt sales. Priest was amused, but he told Truth to not was not the time. He said, get at him later. Truth kindly agreed to leave and take care of this later. Priest moved on to Drew McIntyre, and he said McIntyre was the man when everyone was struggling, but when everyone got back to 100, he couldn't beat Roman Reigns, couldn't beat Gunther, and now he can't beat Seth Rollins. Now, out of jealousy, he was trying to prevent Priest from cashing in. Priest would give him his punishment tonight.
Nice.
I like this promo. This was good. Good stuff.
With Truth was funny too.
Truth
Yeah.
giving us the red herring on what would happen in the main event.
And he got cut off. He said something about he looked at somebody's Venmo. They had some dirty Venmo history or something. That was funny.
JD McDonough. He said
Yeah, of
JD
course it
tried to
was
give
him.
me his Venmo, but I wasn't going to give him nothing. We did get Bronson Reed warning Jey Uso that nothing would stand in his way from becoming a champion, and he says that their clash would be inevitable. So let's get it out the way. And he said they would do it next week.
Shouldn't you be concerned about the Royal Rumble that's Saturday?
You know, I was like, that's kind of strange, especially if y'all both gonna be in the Royal Rumble, and we saw you on the show and y'all didn't even mention it. So why should we care about y'all? Like, that's the thing. Like, I think that WWE went with a different approach this year of not announcing all the Rumble members, but then when you have people continuously on TV and they're not mentioning the Royal Rumble, and then in the Royal Rumble, you're basically telling me they have no chance of winning.
Which they do not. The
I
Bronson
was
Reed stuff ain't hitting for me.
Yeah. I don't see him being Seth's challenger for Elimination Chamber now. We had up next Ivar going one-on-one with Chad Gable. These two men have met in the past, tag team action in the past in a singles match as well, but this one was I thought the best of their bunch. Ivar suplexes Gable out of the ring at one point, hits a big splash off the apron. Immediately after a break, Gable hits a big exploder suplex off the top rope, which was quite insane. Ivar responded with a big sit out power bomb for a close near fall. We get Gable going for the ankle lock, but Ivar was able to roll over and kick him over it. Ivar followed up with a diving leg drop off the middle rope for another near fall. He tried for a spin kick, but Gable was able to reverse that into a ankle lock, but Ivar was able to get to the rope. Ivar hits a big sit out spine buster for a near fall. He goes for the big moonsault, but Gable's able to move out the way. Then he hits a bridging German suplex for a great near fall. The crowd really thought that was the end of the match up there. We get an insane spot where Ivar sets up Gable for a suplex, but Gable slips behind him and hits a German suplex off the middle rope. That was a big spot, got a big response from the crowd. Gable goes for a moonsault of his own, but Valhalla distracts him on the top rope, screaming in his face. That distraction is enough for Ivar to do a reverse slam where he just slams Gable on his head, and then he goes to the top rope, hits the doom salt for the 1, 2, 3. Great match between these two guys, going out there, leaving it all in the ring in a banger of a matchup here. What did you think?
Really fun stuff. Gable superplex was sick off the top rope. That German to a bridge, the German counter off the middle rope. Man, Gable was on one. And that nasty bump that Ivar gave him at the end. And Ivar wins. It's dirty. They went at it. But to me, it means so much less after that dumbass loss to Tozawa last week. I still don't understand the fucking point. Ivar would have been on fire in fuego had it not been for that loss that has no meaning. Nothing in the grand scheme of things. Nothing. It frustrates me because this Ivar could have been looked at a much bigger deal had he not lost that bullshit match and then followed up destroying Tozawa with beating Gable here. But dumb booking last week.
Yeah, I'm still disappointed by that. It's just like, why?
I'm not gonna forget about that.
Why did you need to do that? We do have a super chat donation from the great Queen Monet. Thank you so much, Queen. We appreciate the support. She says, since she doesn't have a match, I wouldn't hate Rhea being in the men's rumble. I would.
No,
any other year. If she wasn't the women's world champion, I'd be like, yeah, sure. Yeah, I would say throw her in the rumble. That'd be cool, but not this year. She's the women's world champion. She shouldn't be in the men's Royal Rumble.
Yeah, they might have her in
That's like when Chavo was the ECW world champion and in the Royal Rumble. That immediately defined his title down.
Yeah. No, don't do that. They might have her and Io maybe sitting at ringside next to the commentary. Who knows? One of those.
I can see that. I can see one of those happening. All right, it's time for the segment everybody was waiting for. Cody Rhodes comes out to the ring, and he is followed.
Oh, you got
by...
another one though.
Huh?
Another super chat.
I know. I was gonna get to it.
Oh,
I was gonna get to it. I wanted to get to this first because we're always running low on time before I have to start work. We have Cody Rhodes coming down to the ring, and he is followed by none other than CM Punk. We get Cody with his big usual reaction, CM Punk with an even bigger reaction. The two men showing respect for one another immediately from the start, shaking hands. Chants for Punk, chants for Cody. Punk thought that they should take time and enjoy this moment. They've both been taking down very different paths to get here, and still hope they were friends on Sunday morning after the Royal Rumble. Rhodes asked Punk what he wanted to talk about. Punk wanted to talk about Cody's dad, Dusty.
ooh.
And he says in 2007, Dusty Rhodes called Punk and told him he was sending his youngest son, Cody, to OVW to start his journey as a professional wrestler. And Dusty wanted Punk to keep an eye on Cody. Punk didn't know if he was the right guy for the job, but when the American Dream asked you for a favor, you said yes. Punk said it wasn't a hard job. Rhodes stayed out of his own way and didn't fall into the same vices many others had. Rhodes went from being an opening match, a preliminary guy, wrestler, to a main event caliber one that he sees today. It may sound condescending coming from him, but he was proud of Cody. However, at the Royal Rumble, it might feel like Punk is breaking that promise. He wouldn't be looking out for Rhodes in the Royal Rumble. He would be looking for Rhodes. He would throw Cody out of the ring and go on to main event WrestleMania. Rhodes said that Punk wasn't alone in this feeling. This feeling is one that people, whenever they see him, they see Dusty Rhodes. Cody said that it was a very large shadow, but he wanted to be the light in that shadow. He wanted to subvert expectations and be his own man. Rhodes showed up to OVW as a complete nepotism hire with no experience, and Punk wrestled on the indies for 10 years and could have treated him poorly. But he's right, he didn't. Punk treated him like a peer, and they became friends. That's what makes this all bittersweet, because they were no friends in the Royal Rumble. Punk responded, "What about Sunday morning, Cody?" Punk he says that he knew that they were no friends in the Royal Rumble. He's been in more of them than Cody. I can separate business from personal. Can you? This is a callback to Cody saying that he left AEW for personal reasons, quote unquote. Punk said Rhodes grew up in this business. He says that personal to him was this business. Punk's dad wasn't famous, though, like Cody's dad was. Cody started on his career starting on third base, but Punk knew that would be a burden for Cody to overcome, and he has done that with flying colors. Punk, on the other hand, his dad was just a regular blue collar guy, an electrician, which was ironic. I'm more of the American dream than you are. Cody got a little kick out of that, doing a little smirk. Cody says, "You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about the pipe bomb." Cody says that Punk rattled off the formula for a revolution. He sat up there, said a few words, and it was the formula for a revolution. And many entered the business and were inspired that day because of said promo. Rhodes considers himself a part of that said few who were inspired by that promo. But then Punk left. Punk didn't pass the torch. He dropped it on his way out. But you know who picked up that torch? It was me. Everything you spoke about, I literally did. Where you talked, I walked. You know what that means? That makes me more CM Punk than you are. Punk smirked and actually removed his hoodie now. Punk said Rose has carried his company on his back for a soul crushing 2 years. He was so close to the finish line again. But then there in his way was a superstar who hasn't been around in a very, very long time. And he said that superstar was here to take it all away from you. But let me just make it clear. I'm talking about me this time. Rose said, Rose said he only had one direction to go through, and that was forward. And that was through CM Punk at the Royal Rumble. As Rose left, he bumped shoulders with Punk. Punk grabbed him and they went face to face. We got this iconic shot of the two men going nose to nose, forehead to forehead. This was a excellent close to this promo. The promo started slow. I'm not gonna fault the guys for starting it slow, but it was dragging ass and the crowd was getting quiet. The crowd that was hot at the beginning was getting real quiet. But once they started cooking, this got real good. What did you think about this promo segment?
I also think they built up to it well during the show. Like they made you feel like this is a big confrontation. I like how the announcers are making, if Cody wins this Rumble, it's a big deal. Like to have anything in common with Stone Cold Steve Austin is legendary enough, but like they're really making it feel like a big deal if Cody wins back to back because so few people do it.
First one since Austin in 1998.
Crazy. The Dusty story was interesting. Cody, not the type to need looking after, and Punk is not the type to look after anyone. So I like how Punk transitioned that nicely into not looking out for Cody on Saturday, looking for him. They're making all these little feuds, like when they interact in the actual Rumble match, it's gonna mean something. Like all the talking is leading to something, these confrontations. So they really got that going for the men's match on Saturday. These two, that they're setting up a story for after the Rumble. Even if they don't get to it right away, they're also doing that. And they're teasing that one of them, probably Cody, isn't going to take losing the Rumble very well. I prefer it that way. I like the idea of Cody getting a little desperate to finish the story. He's got a whole damn video game with the tagline coming out with it. And he's not going to have a guaranteed Rumble match. I mean, a Mania title match after the Rumble if he loses. This adds, conflict and flaw to his almost perfect babyface character, right? There's nothing wrong with Cody Rhodes, right? It adds something to him if he loses. When Punk dropped that "I'm more American Dream than you are," woo, wow, it's flames. Because it makes sense too. He makes sense. You started at third base. And it was the perfect setup for Cody to come back and say he's more CM Punk than him. Because wow, that also makes sense.
That was a callback to his final promo in AEW. He mentioned the pipe bomb then.
Mm-hmm.
And he said someone told him he should save it for this, and here it is.
He got a lot of things off his chest with that final promo. Jeez,
absolutely, like that. That was a great line there. There was some really good lines. Like I said, when they started cooking, they started slow. They was putting the ingredients together, and they wasn't really spicing. But when it got spicy, it got spicy. I like that. I like the fact that some of CM Punk's best promos and feuds in AEW was CM Punk feuding with CM Punk. It's CM Punk feuding with himself in a way. Eddie Kingston was the underdog CM Punk versus now CM Punk, the established name. MJF versus CM Punk was CM Punk, the evil little young bastard, versus now CM Punk, the grizzled veteran. And now you got CM Punk in a position of he's looking at Cody and he's looking at a mirror. He was once the top guy. He was once the top babyface. He was once on the cover of the WWE video game. He was once pegged to be the main event of WrestleMania, pegged to be the next guy. When Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson came in and superseded things and took that spot, like it's like symmetry. So, yeah, it's like so much symmetry. This was great when it got great. Like I said, overall, I would say it came out to a really good. If not, you could push to make the argument it was great. I think that this was just a sample though of what they can really give us if they get going in a feud.
Absolutely. I like the way Punk sold the line when Cody said he's more CM Punk than him. Like the intensity picked up. It's like the indirect Dwayne shot, that was great. Needling Cody, but also Punk makes it about himself. Great. And then the end of the segment, Punk pulling Cody's arms, go face to face. The crowd was sold. The crowd loved it. I was sold too. I was already sold. Get me to Saturday. And yeah, like you said, they left more to do still. You could save all that other stuff for when they actually feud. The actually feud kicks off whenever that is. But for now, this is about Saturday. It's about selling the Rumble match. And that was as good as it gets while keeping them both, baby faces and not leaning people one way or another. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, they did a good job of like keeping both guys within their characters. We do have another super chat donation from Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will. He says that NJPW bump Gable took was Triple H telling Okada and Julia, y'all can work strong here. Also, yeah, he was like, go ahead, Gable, show them. We want to show them that we're doing strong style now, so they know they feel comfortable in our ring. So, okay.
Well said.
Well said. Well
Come
said.
home.
We appreciate you. We got Kai who says, I love them not directly mentioning AEW. They don't have to. The focus is different. And honestly, they could just be saving it for later. That delayed gratification is going to hit good. This is basically the promo they would have done if they did it in AEW.
Yeah. That'd have been cool.
Yeah. I really believe it would have been something akin to this. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a shit thrown in there to make it a little bit more spicy. We got another super chat donation from the good brother Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will. We appreciate you, man. He says, Punk being like, so you me, huh? Well, let me tell you, your WrestleMania story, that's gonna happen. One guy left AEW with class and the other set the house on fire. Yes. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of parallels between each other. There's just so much comparisons to one another.
It's good, man. We're gonna see. I think we're gonna see that feud this year.
Yeah, I would. The only line I would want referencing AEW where they don't have to say the name is Punk saying, "And this is only the second time I've come and I've taken your spot."
You don't even have to say those words, those letters.
Yep, you just say it. Just say it's the second time I've came.
Only Sami Zayn's the guy that's only allowed to say AEW on television. Remember that one time he said it randomly?
Yep, he said it before Dynamite started though. There was a video celebrating Hulk Hogan's big championship run from 1984 as it's the 40-year anniversary. And then he discussed the success of WrestleMania and Hulkamania. And this was another video where he talked about the Royal Rumble. He talked about the favorites for the matchup. And he even teased him being in the Royal Rumble. Please, God. No! No, no, no. No. No, no.
Hogan making everything about himself. He's all these people that are wrestling now have a little Hulkamania.
Like Cody Rhodes got a little Hulkamania.
He's trying to take credit for everybody, bro. Classic Hulk Hogan.
No, brother, he's got a little Hulkamania in him.
Becky Lynch wouldn't be no man without Hulkamania. This guy, bro. Oh, the amount of grandstanding. He's in the grandstanding Hall of Fame.
The ego maniac. Next up, women's tag team action as you have Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark going up against Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. We had Kaden Carter and Katana Chance at ringside. This one was a quick little matchup as it went 6 minutes, 38 seconds with a commercial in the middle, meaning we only saw 3 minutes of the matchup. But Starks and Shayna won the matchup in this one as it looked like Candice LeRae was going to reverse the Kurafina clutch, but Zoe Stark comes in and hits the Z360 for the win. We get KC2 who come into the ring to pose with the titles, knowing that Shayna and Zoe is after them. But Damage Control comes into the ring to attack them, setting up this Friday's WWE Women's Tag Team title matchup. after commercial break, we get Damage Control running into Adam Pearce, who says that yes, he approved of Bailey and Damage Control being on the show, but he didn't approve of them attacking and causing chaos. We get Natalya and Tegan Knox getting their face. They scream at each other, but Adam Pearce separates them. He admonishes Damage Control, and Kai tells Adam Pearce to go tell Nick Aldis if they have a problem with them. And Pearce says he would if he could pry Aldis away from staring at himself in the mirror. When did Nick Aldis become vain? Bailey said Asuka and Sane are going to win the tag team titles, and then Pearce would be seeing them a lot, and especially after Bailey wins the Royal Rumble. What did you think about the women's tag team matchup into the backstage segment there?
Listen, I mean, Zoe looked strong at the end, but no threats. Like, the real threats are the ones that showed up after the Kabuki Warriors. They have a solid chance on Friday. I don't think they pulled the trigger just yet, but that's the team to take the most seriously out of all the women's tag division. I don't think they take the titles that quickly off of Kate and Katana, but I would not be surprised at all because it's Damage Control. And they want them to have all the gold while Bailey is maybe the Royal Rumble winner, and she's standing there without any gold and on the precipice of it. So, but they could hold off and do like a rematch, like what? Chamber, but I think they could win Friday. You think they can win Friday?
Damage Control? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Damage Control is going to win on Friday. I think that's why they do the little tease for Zoe and Shayna, because Zoe and Shayna are kind of baby faces. So, yeah, I think that's what they're going to do. We did have a backstage promo from Drew McIntyre as Jackie Redmond asks him about Punk and Cody. He says he didn't really care about what they said. I said no. He moved on to Priest. He said what he wanted to say to Cody and Punk to their face, and they're just taking a cue from him. He reminded Priest that he beat Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, and AJ Styles when he was champion. He said that's nothing to be like talking about like that. And he says that was the most proud he's been in his career because they were the ones constant in people's lives. He says he saved people's life. He's been told that. McIntyre was tired of everyone saying they had a destiny or a story. Everyone was saying the same thing, but there could only be one chosen one.
Good stuff by Drew.
Yep.
Limited time.
I like it. I like it by Drew McIntyre.
Yeah,
Another good
sign that. Can you sign that guy too? Because normally I wouldn't have said that like maybe like 6 months ago. Like it's okay to lose him, but now he's just so on fire. It's like, man, you setting him up to go somewhere else when he's on this fire?
Hey, I mean, I don't know what WWE's doing. I don't know what WWE's doing, but
I know they have so many stars. It's like they're like, oh yeah, it's okay, it's true, it's fine. But he's really come into his own here.
Yeah, he's red hot. He feels like the hottest he's been since he came back to WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We got here in the chat, Steven Chambers, who says, hey, SP3, starting October 2024, SmackDown will be moving to Tuesdays. 5-year deal with NBC Universal. Hard telling when NXT will be on the CW. That's already been announced, Steven Chambers. They already announced NXT will be on CW in October 2024. But I didn't know SmackDown will be moving to Tuesdays. When they announced that?
I haven't seen that confirmed anywhere.
Yeah, don't make stuff up. We don't like that. Steven Chambers, you ain't new. You ain't new, buddy. The one thing I don't allow in. Yeah, the one thing we don't allow in this chat is spreading misinformation. We don't like
source. Trust me,
like
bro.
That.
Trust me, bro.
Yeah, the source is trust me, bro. Royal Rumble. They had showed us the lineup: Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens, United States Championship, Women's Royal Rumble matchup. The only 4 participants announced: Becky, Nia, Bianca, and Bailey. The Men's Royal Rumble, a lot more people: Gunther, Damian Priest, Shinsuke Nakamura, Kofi Kingston was announced on the show, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk. And they announced for next week Gunther versus Kofi Kingston for the IC title, as well as DIY versus Judgment Day for the tag team titles. So Big lineup set, but that led us into the main event, which was Drew McIntyre going one-on-one with Damian Priest. These two big men laid nothing back. This was a hard-hitting affair, a physically intense battle between both guys. Very hard strikes, some big high-impact moves from both men. We get the big kick and the double down from both guys. R-Truth would come out early in the matchup trying to give the money to Damian Priest, since he said later. And then R-Truth just became fucking ridiculous and got into the fucking ring at one point after Priest almost got the win with the South of Heaven, but Truth was in the ring trying to collect the money and the referee was distracted. This led to Priest getting in Truth's face, throwing him out of the ring, getting him out of the way, but this led into Priest running into Drew McIntyre with the Claymore. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre wins our main event of the show. A very good matchup between these two men, like a mini hoss fight, not a full-blown hoss fight, as this went 13 minutes, but got a good enough amount of time here to deliver. What did you think?
Yeah, I was interested to see how this match would play out in front of a live crowd, because who do you cheer for? Both heels, but not dastardly heels. Nothing like that. Physical matchup, hard-hitting, strike slams. You don't usually look at Priest as, one of those kind of guys, but, he's not as jacked as Drew McIntyre, but he hung in there with Drew's style of match and met him strike for strike. I know WWE is already high on Priest, but it's nice to see Priest meet the challenge of adapting to other styles. If he's going to be any kind of world champion, he has to be able to do that. And what is Truth's problem? Distracting Priest during a big match.
He was pissing me off. I was like, yo, get out the way. What are you doing?
With the same shit from earlier. He just told him backstage. But I did like him saying, what's the password for the briefcase? Oh, you want to cash in, right? Why would you want to cash in? Seth Rollins ain't just left.
No, he said he was going to put
the money in. To put the money in. Yeah, that's right.
In the briefcase.
Oh,
he said,
my God.
Password.
They want to protect Priest. Fine. But it was all stupid. But the crowd popped for the finish for Drew. And I'll say, I think Raw should have ended with the Cody Punk segment.
Yes, I agree. But yeah, always with the promo segments, they never know how long it's going to go. So that's why they don't put it.
True. Will we have that same problem on Netflix? I don't think so.
We going back to ending at 11:05, 11:10, y'all. We got in the chat. Thank you, Queen Monet. She says it's not moving to Tuesdays. The deal goes into effect on Tuesday, October 1st.
There you go.
And he says, not making it up, sir. Look it up. I mean, I did. I actually did.
Look it up.
You look it up. Take your own advice. Apparently, you got other people in the chat telling you you're wrong. It's going into effect on October 1st. I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, never confirmed. Never. Yeah, if it was confirmed, it'd be big news. We'd all know by now.
Yeah, we would all both know by now. That's a big news. I thought you were breaking news. That's why I read the comment. But apparently you just misread something. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Power Driver Finisher says, Crybaby Drew, LOL. Hey, he has a point, but we don't want to hear you talk about it. We want to hear you be about it. No, he was this time. This promo was him defending himself. I feel like there's instances where, Drew is crying a lot and complaining too much, but this was the instances where he was really responding to what Priest said.
And he was about it in the main event. He won.
Yeah, exactly. Eric Isaac said, poor Damian can't get a break. He lost his matchup. The freaking idiot didn't cash in when there was an injured champion in the middle of the ring talking. He allowed Gunther to go out there, but not him.
That would have been fucked up.
He tried to talk back to Rhea and then look like an idiot because he lost the main event. It's not a good night for Damian Priest.
They should have found a way to address at some point in the night. Damian, why didn't you cash in on Seth? Are you not allowed to? Something like Adam Pearce said, you can't cash in on him. He's not something like that.
Not medically cleared. Yeah, be cashed in on.
Even though I don't know. Does it say that? Does it fine print in the Money in the Bank contract? I don't know.
They have to be medically cleared to have the match. Imagine, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
We do have a comment here. Brandon Brown, good question. He says, "Are y'all doing a Royal Rumble watch along?" Well, this is the man to ask right here.
Yeet.
There you go. There you go. Power Driver Finisher says Gunther was there and went too scared. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, Gunther would have thought he was trying to cash in on him. So yeah, that would have been an issue. But yes, we've made it to the end of this show. Please let us know in the live chat. Final call for super chat donations. Thank you so much, guys. You guys have been awesome with the super chats throughout this show. Of course, remember to drop the thumbs up on this video as well. And final call, let us know in the live chat your match of the night, MVP, LVP. Out of 10, what did you give the show? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle for the entire show for me and Romeo. For the January 22nd, 2024 edition of Monday Night Raw. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board. Romeo, what did you give the show?
7.3.
7.3. I'm going to give it a 7.5. 7.5 out of 10. Really enjoyed the Punk and Cody promo. I got a kick out of Seth and Gunther's promo as well. Good matches with Imperium and the New Day and Drew versus Damian Priest and Ivar versus Gable. And really strong build-up for the men's Royal Rumble and okay build-up for the women's Royal Rumble. I felt like they could have done more for the women's Royal Rumble by announcing more than 4 girls in the 4 ladies in the women's Royal Rumble.
The chat gives it a 7, 38%. 31 say 0 to 6. 25 say 8. 6% said 9. And also I had a poll earlier in the chat that said, will you be watching Raw on Netflix? And about 76% said yes. 24% said no.
That's fair. That's fair. They're like, I'm not paying to watch Monday Night Raw, a show I've gotten for free for 30 years. Like, why would I do that? I understand. But yes, who was your match of the night?
Gable and Ivar.
I'm gonna go with Gable and Ivar as well. Who was your MVP for the show?
Cody and Punk.
Cody and Punk as well for me. LVP for the show, I'll go first this time, and I'll give it to Damian Priest.
I'll give it to the Creed brothers because, man, you come back and every now I want nothing to do with you. Jeez. And you know what? I also got to give it to Jinder Mahal. This guy said he's responsible for injuring Seth Rollins. Bro, Seth Rollins hurt himself, bro. You ain't do shit.
You can't even injure somebody, man.
Tony Khan more responsible than you, Jinder.
Tony Khan made Seth Rollins actually try to wrestle and do different stuff in that matchup. And that's what fucked him up. Yes. Jinder. Sheesh. Nah, Damian Priest. You didn't cash in. You lost the main event. You're a loser. We got match of MVPs for Queen Monet or Cody and Punk. Match of the night, Imperium versus New Day. And we got Chilling with Chase and Julius Creed will rebound this weekend at the Rumble.
You think he's gonna get a spot, man? I don't know, man. They're down on the Creed Bros.
I don't know what to tell you. But yes, let us know in the comments down below what you thought about Monday Night Raw if you're watching this on demand. And remember to drop that thumbs up, share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family. Romeo, let the people know where they can follow you.
For Romeo Anthony, all forms of social media. Check me out here. I don't know if we'll do a best of Royal Rumble like watch along like we usually do. If we did, maybe it could be Friday night if SP3's go with it. I don't know. We'll see. And check me out on Sports Channel, True Heel Heat Sports, Sunday, Championship Sunday.
Yes, join us for that. Join us live for that. I will be back here on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, I believe, on Thursday live, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time. AE Ramble, the AEW Dynamite review, the best AEW Dynamite review on YouTube. And then on Friday, 12:05 p.m. Eastern Time, join myself and Ella J for our Royal Rumble preview.
And me.
And Romeo's gonna be there. Romeo will be there as well for our Royal Rumble preview as we preview all 4 matches for this Saturday's card. Then we got
I expect to be out of there in 20 minutes. SP3, 20 minutes. That's why I'll be there.
Then we got the True Heel Heat flagship podcast on Saturday, 11:05 a.m. Eastern time. Got the Royal Rumble watch party Saturday night. Then we got Royal Rumble review, which I got me, Stephanie Hypes, and Ness will be on our Royal Rumble a Royal Rumble review on Sunday. So a whole weekend of content. Let's get those numbers up. Let's get to 12,000 by the end of the week. Love to see that. Got plenty of content to check out on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel right now, like Collision Discourse with me and Sober Guy JJ. You got the True Hill Heat flagship podcast with myself, True Draw Josh, Kenny McIntosh, as well as Scott E. Wrestling. And then I am going to do it. It is going to be out before the end of the month. Best matches of 2023. I promise. I'll do the voiceover. It's just been lazy. Kids, that too. But for Romeo, it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. This has been Rated Raw Review number 7. More CM Punk than you. We are signing off until next time.